Going once, going twice, sold to guy at the back who needs a new haircut. You hear the word auction and you immediately start thinking of a room full of people who are ready to go to war against each other just for something that's being auctioned off. The auctioneer stands in front of them, just rambling off numbers till someone finally makes a bid that no one else is willing to or wants to challenge. Well, the modern version of auction is nothing like this scenario. Online property auctions are now popular amongst investors as they are a convenient way of bidding for properties, cars, paintings and many other things. But what exactly is an online property auction? The difference between an online property auction and a traditional one is that instead of placing a bid in person, you place one, yes it, online. A dream come true for introverts or those who don't like traveling. Reliable online auction platforms offer tremendous advantages to bidders and are safe. You can place a bid from any location, including your bed, while on holiday, in the office, while in a restaurant. The experience may be more efficient and tranquil. You can browse through all the pictures of the property that you want to place a bid on and purchase it from behind a computer or a mobile screen or device through an online property auction. All the advantages of purchasing and selling are available when bidding online, including access to a broad selection of distinctive property and open sales. There are two options for sellers who wish to put their property up for sale through these particular means: an unconditional auction and, that's right, you guessed it, a conditional online auction. The following are the differences between these two kinds of sales. Unconditional online auctions. The online time period coming to a close is the hammer falling when the bids finish. In unconditional online auctions, contracts are exchanged as soon as that happens, and completion is usually set for 15 working days from that point onwards. Conditional online auctions, whoever is a successful bidder in a conditional online auction, they have around 40 working days to exchange contracts and complete the transaction. In case you are the one who is selling the property, then this method works best for you. In case you are the one who is buying the property, then this method works best for you, simply because the longer the time period you have, the more opportunity you have obviously of arranging the finance and getting everything into order, so there's less rush and less likelihood that you might make a mishap somewhere. But regardless of the method used to conduct the auction, all prospective online bidders are required to submit payment information prior to placing a bid to pre-authorize any transactions. By entering payment information beforehand, the successful bidder can make their deposit payment right away and receive the seller's confirmation of the transaction. 3 simple steps to selling property through an online auction. Step number 1, decide on your preferred sales approach and set a reserve. Before you sell a property online, you must make sure you know whether you are going for a conditional method or the other option, which is an unconditional method. Once you have made your choice, you can set the minimum amount for selling your property, which is known as a reserve price. By doing so, you can rest assured that your property will not go for anything less than what you've obviously reserved it for. Second step, get your legal documents in order. Prior to launching your auction and accepting bids, the necessary legal documentation must be in order. It's essential to put up a thorough legal package that includes information on the property's title, the land registry, any special conditions and any of the pertinent documents that you want there. In the absence of a solicitor, some auction houses are going to offer you reputable legal partners who can put all this together on your behalf. Step number 3, apply terms and conditions. Now it's your job to determine the terms and conditions that you want and the duration for which you want your property to be advertised and open to bids. The period after your auction's online launch date may last for, let's say, 30 days. The likelihood of receiving higher bids increases with the length of time your property is advertised, but shorter periods also give you the option of selling your property quickly if you need to. You can start to accept bids once you've completed all the processes. Only in-amount bids may be made, and any late bids will result in an extension of the auction period to ensure that all potential buyers have an equal opportunity. In the case of an unconditional online auction, once the reserve price has been met or exceeded, the time is officially up. The bidder who succeeded will be charged a holding deposit so that the exchange can occur. After this, you are under the legal obligation to sell the property for the amount settled upon by the bidder. After a conditional online auction sale concludes, the exclusivity period starts, which means that the contract needs to be exchanged and the transaction will be concluded within 40 working days. Immediately following the auction, a reservation fee will be due from the successful bidder. The buyer will receive their reservation fee back if the vendor fails to reach the deadline. You'll also be responsible for any online auction fees. Live online bidding versus online proxy bidding. These are the two ways to place a bid online. One of them is where you witness the auction countdown take place in real time online and place a bid against other bidders. You can see the update whenever you are outbid and obviously adjust accordingly. Whereas you have no such luxury in online proxy bidding, as you are unable to place a bid in real time. This leaves you with no choice but to set the highest amount that you are willing and able to afford to pay for that particular deal or transaction. That's all that I have now on property auctions. See you next time, where I'll give you a tour of my office. I'm thinking about becoming a vlogger. If you can't beat them, join them. Am I right? Bye then.